Hey, welcome back, automators. Today, I'm going to show you a AI-made content system and specifically how I can write any search keyword in here, click a button to get 20 TikTok URLs based on that search keyword. It gives me the views of the TikToks. And then we actually can click this button here as well to transcribe the video, pull it into ChatGPT to get the entire transcription of the video. That looks like this. We also have the original hook of the video as well as 6 other hook elements that we can use, like statement hook, benefit hook, or fact hook, as well as turning it into bullet points to make it easier and more organized in the outline section. So I'm going to show you step by step how to create all of this from scratch. But if you want to do this and you have no automation experience, this is pretty simple to set up, so you don't really need any experience. And you can either set this up for yourself, or you can take this template that I'm showing you and sell it to other people as an agency. And if you want to learn more about that, and if you want to download every scenario that I have here in Make, from the TikTok scraper to the transcription to the actual template here in Airtable, you can find all of that inside of AI-Mate. All you need to do is to download these and you can upload them and get everything that I have created without creating anything from scratch. But I'm still going to show you how to set this all up from scratch. So let's get into it. Now, all of this started when I was tasked to make videos. Now, I've been making videos for a long time, so this is a normal task for me. And the sponsor that we had was SEMrush, and they wanted me to create a TikTok for them. Now, normally how I would do this is I would go on TikTok, on YouTube and Instagram and start doing my research process. See what gets a lot of views on different platforms to see if there's a golden nugget and a golden idea there. But instead of actually going out there and doing this manually on every single platform and watching hours of content, I wondered if I could automate it. And that's what I did. So instead of going out there, I can just literally put a keyword in the top and this entire table is starting to fill out, which helps me in getting better ideas, right? So to begin starting to set this up, we would need to start a couple of different things. It's a bit complicated when it comes to how many things are included here, but by watching this video, you'll learn a lot on how to basically make a system that's a lot better if you've tried to make automations one-off here and there. When you start creating everything in Airtable, you can actually make a system that is, when this button is triggered, we take this row here and we send it to Make and we get an automation going, and then we update it here in Make or here in Airtable. The second button here as well just continues the flow. So you can see that it's more of a process and a system rather than just a one-off automation. So the first step that I did was basically I started setting up this TikTok scraper. And I'll actually, I kind of want to keep some of the items in here. So let me actually take all of this and delete it all for you guys. So I'm going to delete all of them, and then I'm going to click on the button to make the automation run. I'm also going to explain the automation quickly. Now, say you make a video that is called, or a video about anything that you are interested in or you have to make content about. And today, I want to talk about, there's other software that I wanted to check out, which is called Guide. Now, what happens now if I click on this button? I'll send a webhook to Make to trigger an automation. You can see here in this URL formula. And this is the search keyword, we're going to send that through, and we're also going to send the record ID. Now, when we go over to make here, you can see that the TikTok scraper, what it basically does is it gets the webhook, it runs an actor, which is, this one is called Clockworks free TikTok scraper. We post this JSON input, which is fairly easy to set up. You get this copy and paste from Apify when you've set up your actor. And all we change is the text. And the text we get is obviously the text that we wrote in the beginning. Before it was SEMrush. Now it's the other idea we have. And then we're going to make it sleep, because it's going to run. It's going to take anywhere from 20 seconds all the way to 1 minute, 30 seconds. That's a little bit long. Usually 50 seconds is around the sweet spot. So I think, yeah, 40 seconds is what we have for this one in particular. If you run more results, you need more sleep time here. Then we get the dataset items, where we basically just get the dataset ID so we can get all the items. And then we create a new record in Airtable that essentially just takes all this data from the datasets and pulls it in here. Now, if you don't, if you're not looking for just the views and a link to the video and the description of the video and the created time and the user, so we have the input user here as well, you can add a lot more things. So Apify actually gives out a bunch of useful information. It could even be the music name. It could be the like count. They have a little bit of a weird naming structure here. Like the hearts apparently is impressions. So that's something to keep out, look out for. But you can add a lot more different things than just what I've added. Anyways, what happens now if I click on run? This is actually happening automatically, so I don't even have to click on run. But for demonstration, this search keyword is all you have to change. It's always going to take the top left, or it's actually going to take the button that you click. So whether you click on this or this button, make sure that this is filled out. So if we click on this, you can see that we're going to get a accepted, and quickly I'm going to run over here and you see that it's already started running the actor. Now we're in the sleep time, and yeah, the sleep time is just going to last for 40 seconds. So we're going to wait for that, and then we get the dataset items. And yeah, you basically understand how it works by now. And all we are waiting for here is basically for this to get updated. I ran this many times in yesterday, so it should be completely working. And I'm just going to pause and play later. We're back, and you can see that we got 20 updates here in Airtable. Going back to the AI-made content system, you can see here as well that we have searched a guide on TikTok, and we got some back. The problem here is that some of them, you see, it's not really a good fit, because yeah, guide is also not that well known. So it's sometimes there aren't really even videos about them. Now, what I do here is that I try to figure out which ones are actually a good fit for me. So as you can see, guide lets you find more and search less. What will you learn? I don't think this is the actual software that we're going to talk about. So I don't think we actually found any videos on what we talk about, what we're going to talk about. So not really a good example. Let me run a different example of something that we can actually continue the video with. All right, I did the exact same thing for the search keyword metricool, because I know there are some searches that are actually popping up when we do that. You can see when I search TikTok, metricool, you can see we get this video, favorite tool. Here we have another one as well, metricool, 13,000 views, and probably a couple of more as well. This Spanish video at metricool has 1.1 million views. So this is a part where we could do translation as well in the automation to help with that as well. However, as you can see, when we go back, I'm going to start filtering and sorting by the actual follower or view count. So I'm going to start with sort by Z. And here you can see that these are actually SEMrush. So we're going to keep that the same, SEMrush as well. The top one, I think, also is SEMrush. So we're going to keep that rush. Now, here is the first most viral video in our database here. If you're looking for a follow tracker, that shows you specific insights. So this is the time that we can actually go in and check out the video. And this is what I do on this step here as well to just see if it's actually fit. It also seemed like it didn't take the exact number of views. This is something that I found with this bot and the scraper, that it doesn't actually do the correct amount all the time. So might be good to, instead of doing view amount, we can do like amount. Here again, we didn't really get that good view count. So something I definitely need to change in this automation. Probably better to do the likes instead of this. It doesn't even make sense. Like, how are there 200 or 204, 210,400, and then we actually get the number here, which is like 346. Either way, what I do here is, and it worked pretty well last time, we got a bunch of videos. So this one, pretty high view count. It has also metrical in the video itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check off the good tab. So that's basically what this step is for, to just figure out, is it talking about metricool? Is the video at all getting any traction or views? That's what we're done checking. So here, this one is not a good inspiration for us. So we could actually delete it, but we are going to keep going. Again, these are all in different language. I'm not really going to go through the translation module here, but there was on several posts on different platforms. This one is decent, 3.3K. It's not great. Let's keep going. And here as well, not that great view counts. So we just gonna do this one as an example, but the only video we got was Spanish. So let's see if we can use this one maybe. How are they all so little views?
Are you looking for an easy way to...
Okay, this one is 1.7K. I definitely need to fix my views scraping. Don't know why they're showing up like this. But by the time this video is out, the content system will have been updated. So what you're going to get inside the school and AI Mate community is going to be updated, because we ain't going to have any of these views. Now, what we're going to do next is, since we're going to, let's say that this is the video we actually want to do. I haven't really gotten through enough videos to find a really good idea. But for this example, let's make this video the video that we want to get more information on and see what they're actually talking about and get some hook ideas, some content ideas and stuff like that. And that's when we enter into the next step, which is the transcribe video make automation. How this one looks is a little bit different than the other one. First off, I want to say that you can basically do without all of the ChatGPT modules if you just want the transcript. We get the transcript by running an actor that downloads that video with the get a file. So we actually download that video. Then we upload that to Whisper to get the transcript. Then we post that transcript directly into Airtable under the transcript. As you can see here, we get it nicely formatted. Then in the next step of the automation, we basically just go through here. Hook, you can see, and bullets. You can see these are related to hook and outline. So I wish I actually said bullets here instead of outline, but yeah, keep it consistent. So then we basically update. And I guess the most important part of this step here is probably the prompt. So I tested the most basic prompts that I could find yesterday, or that I could find that I can make up yesterday, to see how ChatGPT would do in the most basic settings. So for example, transcript, this is super easy. Format this text with correct punctuation and line breaks, because when you do transcripts, you don't get a punctuation or line breaks. Keep every word the same, so sometimes it might make up words. We copy paste the text, and then you're forbidden to start your response with anything but the transcript, because sometimes it says, here you go, here's the transcript, and then it starts writing the transcript. So that's what we do there for the end here. On the hook stage, this one was a little bit harder, and I'm very happy with how this prompt engineering actually ended up. I started it with make 5 hooks based on this transcript. And what happened was that ChatGPT only wrote question hooks. So, are you looking for a marketing manager? I was like, oh God. I don't really particularly like question hooks unless they are super specific. So they only work in certain contexts. So what I wanted to do is to use some of the best hook structures, like for example, the how-to statement, benefit, fact, negative, personal, emotional, and story, because it gives you so much of a range on what to make your own hook. So, for example, when I did this on a really good video about SEMrush, we had this happen. So here you can see that we got the original hook from the video itself. So here is a proposal idea to impress your marketing manager. And I love having this in here because this video got, I think, 1 million views. 1.1 million views, something like, no, definitely not. Hey, Appify is trolling me. 132,000 views, which is still really great. It's actually at the top end of any AI software TikTok. So definitely viral, quote unquote, in this niche. And so I like having the original hook there because it shows the truth. Like, this is what she said, and these are the amount of views that she got. Now, what we have to do is to make it better, right? We can't, some people would want to just copy and paste exactly what they're saying. Like, I can see how some people would say this about this video here as well. Oh, you're just going to say exactly the same words. It's not about that. It's about trying to figure out first how to introduce the subject in a little bit more of an interesting way. And secondly, when it comes to the bullets and the outline, how can we stack them in a different way and change, step number 5 with maybe something even more impactful? So that's why we're doing this. I don't want any copy and paste, like just trying to make the exact same video as somebody else. That's not why we're doing this. We're trying to make better content, and ChatGPT helping us eliminate a lot of the guesswork. So that has been, let's see, have I finished everything? There are some key points that I want to talk about. So now I showed you how you can put, oh yeah, we haven't run it yet. That's what it is. So we selected this video here, we put it good. Now we're gonna run the second transcribe video. So what happens here, again, I run through the actual automation. I'm gonna go out because I have saved it, and I'm going to go back to AIMate, and I'm gonna click on this. So let's click, we'll get an accept here, and this is starting to run. So once again, we have a very similar automation as last time. The big difference is that we're only running one. And the reason for that, again, is we don't really want to run the transcription on all of these because, again, like I said, many of them are, in Spanish or something. They're not really related. So that's why we have a second step here with a button that I like a lot. It is also a little bit of a longer generation here because we have a lot of ChatGPT inputs. So that usually takes a tiny bit more time. But once that is completed, we'll get that directly back in Airtable. It's going to update the records now, and hopefully we're going to get it. We didn't get it. Hey. Okay, here we go. So we got number 4 here. This is the updated version or the updated record here. And now we can take a look at what we got. So it started with looking for an easy way to track your followers and see a bunch of different insights. Don't worry, because I've got the tool for you. Perfect. So we got the entire transcript here. We got the original hook. Looking for, don't worry, you got a tool for you. So this is a how-to hook, how to track your follower growth and uncover powerful insights about your audience in one simple step. It's decent, but not great. And the real trick here is to take something from one of them and something from another. That's at least what I end up doing in most cases. And you'll start figuring out what works in the future as well. The last one with the bullets, you can now see that step 1, we're going to introduce the tool. We're going to head to the analytics section. Then we'll show linear follower growth and posts. And then, step number, and it actually makes it really easy for us. And the prompt in the hook/outline prompt is something along the lines of, take the transcript and break it into each individual steps to help me. And I think the prompt is like, the goal is to help me make it very simple to make a video like this. So whether that's explaining, I should have just shown the prompt right away. So I say something like, whether that's explain something or show this tool or create content. See, here you go. Your goal is to give me a to-do list of what to do on the video. If that is show off X feature or explain XYZ, maybe even go to a website and show it off. Your goal is to make it as easy as possible, but also as detailed as possible, making it simple for me while filming. So this part here at the end, I think, is the most important part, because if you don't do that, it's going to try to make it more like a script, and this is more of like an instruction on how to film. Or I hope that makes sense. So we ran it, we got all the things back, and so to recap, what we've done is we've set up this Airtable here, and if you would do this on your own, you would have to set this up here. Definitely, this one is a little bit big, so I recommend going into the AI-Mate community to download and copy and paste this template. But anyways, I'm going to show you all the fields so nothing is hidden. And if you're going to set this up yourself, basically try to copy and paste all of the different things in the top here that I have. And it's not as hard as it might seem. It's a fairly simple flow. But again, to recap, you now have the AI-Mate content system table. That is the system for creating content. You have the button that triggers the scraping of TikToks that have this exact keyword. You then can sort it by views. This one is not working so well. I definitely have to fix that one. Then you have the transcribe video button that downloads it, transcribes it with audio to text, and then gives us that. And then we use ChatGPT to do a hook, to do bullets, but this could obviously be turned into anything as we're using ChatGPT as one of the modules here. So hopefully you like this video. I want to encourage you to check out some other videos on our channel, especially if you like content systems. We have a video on an auto thumbnail maker that essentially is quite similar. It's not similar at all, but essentially what we get back is a thumbnail that, if you're watching this YouTube channel, you might have seen some of these thumbnails by now. And highly recommend you check out this video here on the channel. And also, Again, if you want to download everything that we've been talking about, it's in the AI Mate community in the description down below. So you can download the scraper, the TikTok transcriber, and the AI Mate content system. All you need to do is to copy this in the two buttons and just duplicate the base. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and happy automating.